All right, Auburn Daily reporting live from Bridgestone Arena in Nashville after the quarterfinals. Auburn wins their first game for their double bye against South Carolina. Not only do they win soundly. It's been a wild day so far. Tennessee had a very unexpected loss to Mississippi State. Don't think a lot of people saw that one coming. And this game, Andrew, I don't know if I was expecting another big margin win over South Carolina, but Auburn found a way to do it once again. What were your thoughts of what happened?
I wasn't either. It was a game I was back and forth. I thought the Auburn Tigers would get the win, but then it was like South Carolina. They're going to be angry about this one. They lost by 40 points in Neville Arena. So you think that they're going to come out and play a little bit harder in this one. They were clearly motivated because we saw the one player say, "Hey, they ain't in the jungle anymore." But Auburn gets the job done, and I love that about this team. The reason I didn't feel good about this game was because we blew them out in Neville Arena. It seems like every time you do that and you play a team again, it didn't really go your way. But Auburn gets the win, a huge win to move on. Now you get to play Mississippi State. You got a good draw there. I'd rather play Mississippi State than Tennessee. You're, a reasonable matchup away from an SEC championship game. And, there's been this whole agenda. Auburn can't win in Nashville. Well, they won today, and they've got a really good shot to win tomorrow. And then if they get to the championship game, no one knows what can happen. The Auburn Tigers can win an SEC championship this weekend.
Absolutely, and I agree. They now have shaken the monkey off their back of not winning in this tournament since 2019. Now, granted, the year after that was canceled because of COVID, and then Auburn had the self-imposed ban. So it sounds worse than it really was because there were two SEC tournaments that Auburn couldn't make for various reasons. So really it's just the last two in a row that they've been bounced the first round, which still you don't ever want to do, especially when you've got good matchups. Auburn has always seemed to find a way to get paired up with the team that's playing hot, the Cinderella team of the SEC. So it's nice to be the team that's playing hot versus getting beat by the team that's playing hot. And this is not a bad South Carolina team by any stretch. But the thing is I just think this South Carolina team, Matt, is a horrible matchup for Auburn. I guess Auburn's a horrible matchup for them, I should say. And just the way South Carolina likes to play, their style of play, how they score, just the slower pace of basketball is just – we saw it 2 games in a row, and one of which was on the neutral side.
And what happens – what do we say when you're playing South Carolina? Value possessions. Do you know how many times Auburn turned the ball over to them?
Ooh, so you got the stats pulled up right there.
Well, I'm asking you. I'm hoping you're going to say a high number. I'm going to tell you a low number. Say 10. Say
10.
10, right? Well, no. Auburn turned the ball over 8 times. Valuing the basketball, valuing possessions is how you beat this. Oh, no, I read that wrong. That's block. We had 8 blocks. Auburn turned the ball over 5 times. I was confused because I was like, at one point, they only had 4 turnovers. That was late in the game. 5 turnovers against a team that plays slow. You have to value possessions. That's how you win this game. We said that going into the game. You want to win, take care of the basketball, get open looks, make smart decisions, play hard defense. They did that. They took care of the basketball, and the score reflected exactly what Auburn did.
Absolutely. And another key factor here is just Auburn shot really well. Do you have some of those percentages pulled up right there?
I do. So Auburn shot 49.3% from the field and 47.4% from the three-point line.
Yeah. You shoot in the high 40s from 3, you're going to win some games.
Yeah,
and that was
especially the way this team defends.
And also they shot very smart. You didn't see a lot of players just hawk up threes. They took their time.
Yeah.
They moved a lot of very good ball movement. Overall, it was a very, very good game. There was not a whole lot to complain about as far as just nothing that really stood out that I say that could have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
Ever since that Kentucky game, this team, the last time we were together, this team has been playing much better basketball. Even after that loss in Tennessee, they still played really, really well. It's just what can you do when Dalton Connect scores
a million points?
Yeah, a million points on you. So, and obviously that one-trick pony did not bode well for Tennessee today because they lost.
He didn't play well, and neither did anybody else.
Right, very poorly. Played very poorly against Mississippi State. Now, let's be honest here. Let's talk about some good play here. Janai Broome, to be expected, was on fire tonight. And I will say one thing that we don't – I feel like we get a lot of flack when it's bad. We give the refs a hard time when we feel like a game's very poor officiated. I feel like
Yeah.
they let them play on both sides.
I agree. I wasn't upset with anything officiating wise today.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fouls are pretty even for both sides. There was
Yeah.
some stuff that they definitely let them get away with on both sides, but also just letting them play through it just makes the pace of the game just so much better.
Yeah.
And it's nice to not. And I'm not. Auburn won, the rest are great, or Auburn lost, the rest are terrible.
Yeah.
I try to call it for how it is, both ways when I see it. And honestly, here they did play. Like I said, it was good. And when Auburn has won, I've complained about officiating too.
Yeah.
And when they've lost, I've said, it was actually not the problem. Like I try to be unbiased on this, and it was nice because there's just nothing worse than I think it was even that Georgia game where they just nonstop whistle.
Yeah.
And it's even worse when the game is just over and
Yeah.
they just call a whistle every possession, even when it's a nearly 20-point game. And it's just, what are we doing calling a foul with 3 seconds left in the game and the winning team's up about 25 points?
Exactly. I mean, it's just a game. I mean, there's not much you can really take away here. Broome plays great. Broome plays. Jalen Williams doesn't really have a huge game. He has 3 points, 5 rebounds. Not what you'd really expect. Chaney Johnson's incredible.
But Chaney stepped up, which is great because Jalen's always going to be Jalen. You always have that in your back pocket.
Exactly.
And for him to step up, just knowing that the depth is there, and I think that's why so many of the advanced stats, so many people are kind of circling this Auburn team for having the potential to make a run. Now it's March. You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
But you look at advanced stats, you look at the totality of everything, and you get a pretty good gauge of what could happen. And there is a lot of reasons, so long as just they don't drop the ball, that they have a very good chance for not only this tournament, but the big tournament in March to really, really make the thing happen. So big win, big momentum win. They will play again tomorrow. Like I said, there's really nothing that you can take away that looked bad from the Chad Baker Bizarro ran into the camera, guys. That's where we're at right now. So thank you, CBM, and our camera set up a nice screen for them. So, but they got a big game tomorrow against Mississippi State. As we said, would much rather play Mississippi State than the Tennessee team. So I think Mississippi State just played on fire. Tennessee played poorly. I still think that's a better matchup for Auburn. But let's not take it. Let's not get it twisted here. Mississippi State's not a bad team either.
Oh yeah.
That's still a good SEC team. This will be the semifinals. We'll see who will come out between Kentucky and A&M, and another matchup between Alabama and Florida for another exciting SEC tournament. Do you have any more takeaways for this game? Anything that stood out to you?
Just a big win. Your path to the SEC championship is here. You beat Mississippi State, a hot Mississippi State team. You take them down, you're playing likely rival Bama, Florida, or Kentucky. Get a rematch there. So going to be a really fun weekend of basketball, and I think the Auburn Tigers can win this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no reason they can't at this point. I mean, the team I was most worried about definitely would have been Tennessee, and with them out, you kind of start to feel, not trying to get too excited about it, but you start to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And, also, too, the other thing about this is Stephen Pearl was asked about this when he was on the roundtable this past week, but it seems unlikely that this may change the seeding. So regardless of how the tournament goes, it may not affect things too much because really you're a 4 seed or a 5 seed.
Yeah.
You're still going to be in the same places. You're still going to have very similar matchups. So it's kind of 6 half dozen for the long term. But really what you want to do is, like I said, it's just getting the momentum, playing on fire. If they can keep playing like that and get it going, like I said, it's all about heating up. And that's exactly, would you think it's safe to say that's what this team's doing right now?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So I feel good about it. It's going to be a fun weekend.
Guys, we'll be back at you here live from Bridgestone, getting it all covered. This is the
Auburn Daily.
There you go. All right, good layup. It's an assist. All right, add that stat sheet. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be with you for the next ones.